So within this year, what should be the goal for every black family?
There are multiple goals. Number one, I would say
Give me the top 3 goals that every family should, conquer this year, 2022.
Family meetings, number one, right? You can't do nothing without family unless you cure the dysfunction that exists within the family. No matter how good your intentions is, no matter what you want to do, the dysfunction has to be cured. And if the family can't come together week to week for a meeting, then they won't ever be able to do business together in the first place. You understand me? And inside these meetings, you're creating the protocols, right? You're creating the guidelines, the security, the provisions, and everything else that you need to set up and be in constant communication so that y'all can trust each other and build with each other. So number one, forget all of the holidays that we talk about. You understand me? Week to week, the only thing that matters, because Christmas don't matter, is BS. Halloween don't matter, is BS. Easter don't matter, is BS. What matters is those family rituals that we start to create. So the number one thing will be creating family meetings. Regardless of how consistent you can be, create it. You understand me? Then number 2, right? And it's really not in too specific of an order because there's so many different things, right? In that family meeting, that should be discussing business. That should be discussing the future of the family. That should be discussing the spirituality of the family, because all of those things are necessary, right? The family got to move in the same spiritual order, right? They got to have the same crest, to where that crest has a specific meaning of industry in which that family decides they want to get in. They have to have a pecking order on what they're going to be focusing on that specific time point, right? For the next 6 months, this is what the family on, and the next 12 months. And then somebody else, okay, you get your shine at this point in time, but this is what we're focusing on. And if people can agree within that, then they step outside the family structure and do their own individual thing. But if as long as it's about the family, then everybody has to move for the family, number one. So that's the family. Now the family has to go through guidelines and set themselves up. I believe that every family should have a trust in an LLC. You understand me? So the family needs to learn trust law, trust structure, right? And also what type of business they need to be setting up. So therefore they set themselves up to have their own government and they have their own constitution, right? And they're putting themselves and their family members under that governance and that structure within that trust, right? So you know how to properly do business. Because everything in America is set up based on families. It's families doing business with other families. The Walton, richest white family, doing business with other families. Amazon, the richest man in the world. He started because his family gave him a loan when he had an idea. You understand me? And he was able to get $1 million to start and spark his. Now everybody goes on Amazon and do business with his family. Elon Musk, you understand me? He had all them goddamn Teslas on the street. We doing business with the Musk family, right? Everywhere we go around the world, when we drinking Hennessy, we doing business with the Hennessy family. So the question is, our family needs to be doing business, right, with other families. And that means that LLC should be inside the trust, and that trust should represent the estate of the family, so everybody's doing business, whether all your cars there, all your business structures under that. That's the goal for me, right? And then number 3, I would say our portfolios, right? So if we got our LLCs and our trust and our businesses and things of that nature, I'm going to put all of those in the same category. But we also have to invest, right? So as a family, we have to come together, and this is what I can say a person or a family can do. Everybody can take 20% of their net earnings, and they can put it into the family pot. Whoever has the greatest ability to manage that family pot, or y'all can agree and vote on it, then that's where they can decide to put their money in. Whether the families are creating NFT projects together, right? Or whether it's the families are investing into crypto together, right? Which can be done through different methods that they have on the blockchain, where everybody can invest, and the only way somebody can pull it out is everybody vote with their signature wallets, right? So therefore, there's no way more fraud can happen. It's on the blockchain, it's transparent, everybody can see how much is growing and how much is not, right? So then you got gold. You understand me? That we should be invested into gold. As we look at this current market, the market tanked down, right? Stock market went down somewhere around 10-20%, you understand me, which is a correction. Then you had the crypto market and it went down up to 50-60%, you understand me, which is close to crash levels, but I don't think it's going to last that long to be an actual crash, but it's a serious correction cycle. But gold did not crash. So when people were talking about what's the best hedge, gold still is the winner of all hedges right now. You understand me? Because everybody thought this was going to be Bitcoin. Bitcoin is still so interconnected to the stock market. It's like America and China. If America falls, so do China right now because China bought so much debt of America. It's the same thing with the stock market and crypto. So you got your gold, then you need land, right? The family needs actual physical land in the States, right? If you don't have the ability to afford it right now, get into Airbnb, get into Peerspace, and start renting out properties so that the family can start creating an income that's going inside that trust of that family. You understand me? And focus on this diversification model and diversifying in all fields, whether it's NFTs, understanding that somebody needs to have that education within that family to understand where to invest the money so they're not just playing with the family pot, right? Those are some of the spaces that I would say focus on. Same thing when, you want to invest in water, you want to invest in essential goods, all of these things that would do good regardless of what industry that we in. My bros at EYL always say index, right? I tweeted out a year ago, index and NFTs. You understand me? So therefore, if you don't know how to invest, then you're allowing that other company invest for you. And then when something is not doing good, they pull out that stock outside that company, right? So therefore, it's helping your portfolio stay balanced. So I would start there with people in America. And then of course, self-love is key. So family need to be going out and taking health trips. And those health trips involve being in nature. You understand me? Meditating together, praying together in some sort of fasting. So those meetings, if y'all not physically in person, find a time where you can set aside if y'all can meet up and have family dinners.